Hi everybody. I hope you guys can hear me and Errol as well. So Errol as well has joined in. It's great to see the participants joining in. Um, let's wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start as people are still joining in. So I am very excited and so is Errol, as you can see. So let's wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start. Before we start, we can have a quick brief of introduction for those who have firstly joined for the webinar series of Konnect Insights. So I guess most of you guys know who I am, but for those who don't, hi, I am Linda and I'm part of the customer success team. I'm the customer success manager here. And along with me, I have my colleague who is also very excited and is going to be part of this webinar today. So we have Errol as well. Errol, would you like to introduce yourself? Errol, you're on mute.
Hello, everyone. It's really exciting to have everyone join in. And we're looking forward for this webinar, where we're going to give you an insights on how to plan and execute your social media strategies. So we're looking forward to it. And thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Yeah, that was a great introduction, Errol. So I hope you guys can hear us. It will be great if you guys put in a thumbs up or say yes that y'all can hear us. So we are aware that you guys can hear us. Also, for those who have joined in, you guys can also mention which part of the world have you guys joined from, which city have you joined from, so we know with the kind of audience that we're interacting with. So I can see a lot of thumbs up. So thanks you guys for confirming that you can see you can hear us and see us as well. So now that I can see a couple of participants who have joined in, we will start off with the agenda of this webinar. So let me quickly present my screen. You guys can confirm, or Errol, you can confirm if the screen is visible to you and to everybody else as well. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Let me know once my screen is visible.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. Awesome. So for those who have firstly joined for this webinar for the very first time, for those who are actually clueless about what we are going to do in this webinar, we will focus upon a very interesting feature, which is very important for brands. And now that I will be showing you the presentation or the agenda of this webinar, just let me know if you can see my screen getting changed or not. Can you see the next slide?
Actually, are you on the second slide, Linda?
Yeah, I am. Are you not able to see it?
See the first slide. I can see the first deck.
Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry for this, guys. I'll just stop and reshare my screen. Let me know if then it's visible to you guys. Sorry about that. There's some technical issue. So just trying to cope with it. Just stay where you are. I'll just be back. Yeah. Yeah. Is it visible right now? Is the screen switching to the next slide?
It's not switched yet, Linda. I can still see the first screen.
Okay. I guess people are saying no. Let me just rejoin. Then in that
sure.
case,
I think it's better you try rejoin.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Sorry, guys, about it. I'll just be back in a brief amount of seconds and I'll share my screen. In the meanwhile, you guys can interact with Errol. So I'll just be back.
All right, so I can see a lot of people have joined in from Mumbai. I can see people who've joined in from Pune as well. Oh, we have someone who's joined in from the UK also. Interesting. It's good that we have all of you, and really thank you so much for joining in. I mean, it's going to be an interactive session where we're going to talk about a lot of aspects in terms of planning your social media strategies, how you can And also the interesting part is how how brands, how agencies can make use of the publishing module to plan their strategies going forward. For a month, you can plan, you can schedule, you can do a lot of specific things, not only with the publishing module, although with Konnect Insights overall. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make the session very interactive, where we're going to understand how you can manage your publishing. So I hope to see you guys till the end, and it's really going to be fun. Yeah, and we see Linda's back as well.
Yeah, hi guys. Sorry about that. There were some technical issues, but I guess I'll reshare my screen. Let's cross our fingers and hope that my screen is now visible and I
Oh
would
yeah,
be able to change
yes.
it.
Now I can see.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. All right. So now that my screen is visible, we will come to the agenda. But before we come to the agenda, there's also something that I would like to say. There might be people who were not able to join this webinar, or your colleagues were not able to join this webinar. Do not worry. We will have these videos or we will have these webinars shared with you guys, so that you don't miss out on what we discussed and you will get the insights of the webinar, right? So you can go to our YouTube channel as well. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have our webinars, the recording of our webinars uploaded there. So you can go there as well and you can have a look at what Konnect Insights really is. Coming back to the topic, we will focus on these aspects in today's webinar, which is for those who already know of what publishing is or how publishing can be done in Konnect Insights. This would be a refresher for you guys. So in this refresher, we will focus on the different features that we have, which is how to schedule in Konnect Insights, what is something called as asset library, which is a very cool feature that we have. What are the kind of granular controls that you would have, what content bucketing really is, how can it be useful for your brand, how bulk uploading can make it easier for you and consume less amount of time for your brand. So these are the kind of aspects that we will cover upon. And not just this, but when it comes to publishing, it helps you firstly plan. It helps you understand what content should be posted out. So there's an entire calendar that you've discussed with your team, after which you publish this, after which you plan on scheduling this for that respective week or for that entire month for that matter. So what is the kind of results that you can drive successfully when you content manage and when you do publishing in general, right? So that's what we would do. And lastly, all of this will happen within Konnect Insights, the publishing feature that we have, and all your content will be posted in one go itself, right? Now, before I go on to the next, or before we dive right into what the agenda is of today's webinar, we will, for those who do not know what Konnect Insights really is, I'm sure a few of you guys have joined for the very first time. So we will touch base on what Konnect Insights really is in a couple of minutes. So people who are not aware will get a gist of what we as Konnect Insights are. So just let me know if my screen has changed, or is it still the same?
We are on the agenda page actually.
Okay. Just a minute.
Yeah. Now,
is my screen
yes.
switching?
Yeah, I can see the next slide now.
Okay, all right, great. So I guess there's some issue with my laptop with regards to switching slides. So I might have to stop and reshare the minute I switch. Sorry about for the
that's all right. I mean, it's right there, so it's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for those who aren't aware of what Konnect Insights is, this slide is what Konnect Insights is about entirely. Konnect Insights is an omni-channel customer experience platform which helps brands understand how the brand is performing on various aspects. So to start off with, we have something called as social listening. Social listening helps you understand what people talk about you, what is the voice of the customers or the voice of the users speaking about your brand. It could be either on web in general, probably in a news article, in a blog, or on social media, for you to understand what people are talking about you, right? That's what social listening will cover. When we move on to online reputation, now obviously once people speak about you, the brand needs to take an action upon it. It needs to build a reputation, it needs to build a rapport with the customers. So that's when online reputation comes into picture. You can communicate, you can respond back to your customers as well from Konnect Insights. So that's what your online reputation would cover. Moving ahead to your social CRM. So in Konnect Insights, we have something which can be done wherein there are multiple brands that use various CRM applications or CRM tools to communicate internally as well as with the others. So you can integrate with not just few applications, but with over 3,000 applications, which I'll also give you a quick glance of. And we will focus on demonstrating how these integrations work in our upcoming webinars as well. All right. So that was your social CRM part of it. Moving ahead, we also have something called as social analytics. Now, social analytics is also very important for brands. Why is it important? Is one, for you to understand what are people talking, what kind of analytics do you get. So in Konnect Insights, we get two kinds of analytics. One is based on what people speak about you, so the listening kind of analytics, and the other is based on the content that you as a brand post. So the first part of it would cover aspects like, for you to understand how many people are talking, which media source are they talking on, Twitter, are they talking on Facebook, are they talking on web, are they talking on other platforms. That's the kind of listening reports that you would get, or listening analytics that you would get. And the other part of it, when I speak about analytics, is you might be putting out posts on platforms like your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, right? So to understand based on the content that you post, how many people are actually liking your content, interacting, engaging with your content, that kind of analysis or that sort of analytics is something that you can get in Konnect Insights, right? Now to move ahead to the next part, which we will actually demonstrate and focus upon in today's webinar, is the social publishing part of it. So social publishing is also very important, because if you don't publish content, the people don't know what your brand really does. So your brand communication happens through you publishing content on social media, right? So we will focus upon how you can use the publishing features specifically, how you can plan your entire calendar, what all features that you can use, which will help you understand how your content should go out, and strategize accordingly. Moving ahead, we have surveys and feedbacks also as a feature in Konnect Insights, where you can create your own surveys. You can send across these surveys to your customers, and not just on social media, but also on offline touchpoints. So when I say offline data, even if you have QR codes set at certain places, you can scan those QR codes. Your customers can fill in their feedback based on the service or the product that you've rendered, and you can get that kind of data or get that kind of feedback available in Konnect Insights. Okay. Then moving ahead, we also have BI tools and dashboarding, which makes your life in case of reporting easier. So you can create your own customized dynamic dashboards by picking out whatever charts you would like to analyze for your brand. And if you would want to create charts apart from what we already have, we also have the business intelligence tools where you can actually customize, create various permutation combinations, and create a customized chart and add it to your dashboard as well, which is something that's very, very cool as well. Lastly, we have something called as crisis management. So this is also very important, as brands need to ensure or need to know what people speak about them. They need to be on the toes to understand what is the kind of communication happening for their brand. So we also have the crisis management feature, where you can configure alerts, get notified about whatever is happening on social media, or in case of web about your brand, right? So that was what Konnect Insights was in a gist. For those who are very much interested to understand this in a more detailed manner, you guys can book a demo with us. You guys can book a training session with us, and we would be more than happy to, give you or let out all the information that we have in regards to all of this, right? So that was about what Konnect Insights is about. If you guys have any questions, you all can share that across in the chat. We will take this up at the Q&A session right at the end of this webinar. Let me quickly change my screen. Just let me know once it's visible. Is my screen
Yes,
visible?
Linda. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, great. All right. So just to focus upon the kind of integrations that I spoke about. So we have integrations that can be seamlessly done so that all your teams are working together, talking the same thing, communicating the same thing to the end customer, right? So there's no teams working in silos. It's just one communication given to the customer. Now, as you can see, we have couple of integrations that we've already touched base. We focused and shown you in our previous webinars on how you can integrate with Nolarity, how you can integrate with HubSpot, and as we promised you, we will also show how you can do these integrations with other such CRM applications as well. And we can do it with nearly about 3,000 applications of your favorite software, which is something that's really, really interesting and fascinating at the same time, right? Now, to come back to the 4 pillars of customer experience management that we firmly believe in as part of Konnect Insights. So we believe in these 4 pillars, and I will explain this to you in line with our tagline, which is listen, evaluate, and act. So as you can see, we have 4 pillars to start off with. Firstly, your data is coming in from social media, your data is coming in from online web. If you have integrated your emails are also in Konnect Insights. And then when I spoke about offline touch points, if you have your QR codes in place, you can get that kind of offline data as well available. So that kind of data is accumulated, is fetched in Konnect Insights. Along with that, if you're also integrating with calling applications, if you're also integrating with chats, that is also there. So you're listening to data from all ends. The data is coming to you from all of these sources, and it is right at one place. Now, once you listen to this data, you then evaluate it. So when you evaluate it, your analytics comes into picture. You will basically analyze what people are talking about you, where are they talking about you, what is the kind of sentiment that they are using while they speak about you, and various other aspects. And also you can understand the kind of engagement, the kind of likes people are doing, the kind of shares if they're sharing your post. So you know the kind of analysis that you are doing. And lastly, we have publishing and marketing automation. So once you have evaluated, you can then act upon it by then strategizing and seeing what content is working for you, and then further publishing it as well, right? So that was what your 4 pillars were of customer experience management that we firmly believe in. Now, moving ahead to this part of the webinar that we are going to focus today itself, which is social media publishing. I hope my screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, Linda.
Yeah. Has it switched?
Yeah, we're on the last slide.
Okay, great. Okay, so you guys can, Errol, you can see the social media publishing slide, right?
Yes, I am on that slide.
Great, awesome. So as I was saying, sorry to cut you off, but as I was saying, the social media publishing is what we're going to focus upon today. As we said, you can plan your content, you can execute your content, and manage all your social profile scheduling and publishing activities from Konnect Insights itself. So the depiction of all of this is something that Errol will do actually in the demo, in the product demo. I will focus upon what all aspects we have. So in publishing, Scheduling can be done on various platforms. You can schedule on Twitter, you can schedule on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. For those who haven't heard, you can also schedule on Google My Business location as well. Apart from that, we have Asset Library, which is a very interesting feature that Errol will show you when he takes you through how publishing works in Konnect Insights. And this makes your life easier. It saves your time in terms of storing your data at one place, storing your assets at one place, your creatives, your captions, your copy, everything is at one place, and all of your teammates can refer to that library, right? Apart from that, we have granular controls that can be used. So granular controls, when I say granular controls, you tend to require approvals from your client. So we have the approval metrics, which also will be shown in the product demo. And we have something called as content bucketing, which can be very useful when you might be probably running out a campaign, a contest of sort, or a quiz, etc. So you can create these buckets, and depending on these buckets, you can actually analyze, that this bucket is working better, this campaign worked better for me as compared to the other. So you can actually do those kind of analysis by using these granular controls. And you can also bulk upload cover images. So there are cover images that tend to go up on platforms like Facebook and on Twitter as well. So you can upload cover images as well from Konnect Insights, right? So now that I've taken you through the literature part of how social publishing works, Errol would actually show you on how this can be done in the tool in Konnect Insights. So I pass on the baton to Errol now, and he will take you through the social publishing feature in Konnect Insights in the actual product. So I hope so far everything was clear. So over to you, Errol. You can take this up now.
All right. Firstly, thanks, Linda. That was a great demonstration on what Konnect Insights is and what we do as a product. Moving further, so I just want to give everyone a description that I'll be taking you through the product demo. I'll be showing you how publishing works, how can you micromanage, publish, and schedule content for various social media platforms, and you can do all of this simultaneously. And without wasting any further time, I'll quickly present my screen and we can dive into how we have all of this done. So just let me know when my screen is visible, all right?
Yeah, Errol, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Lynn. So firstly, just want to let everyone know that before you move ahead with your publishing, there is a setup that needs to be done. This setup consists of setting up your social profiles. So in Konnect Insights, we have two options. Once you come to your settings, you have social profiles with login credentials and social profiles without login credentials, which is tracking your competitors. But right now, we are only talking about publishing content. So we will be looking at social profiles with login credentials because we have the login credentials to the account. And now we are going further and publishing content. So what you see on your screen right now is we've created a few test accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now that we have added them, we'll quickly dive into how publishing works. So I'll just open the publishing module in a new tab. And as you can see on your screen, once you enter the publishing module, the first thing that you'll see on your screen is a social calendar. This social calendar will consist of all the posts that you have posted in the past, your current post, or any post that you've pre-scheduled. All of this is something you'll be able to view under the social calendar. And at any given point, if you want to go and view, so giving an example, if I want to see what was the post that is scheduled for 21st, I can directly click on it and I can view that specific post for every platform. So that's something that I can do from the social calendar. And I can check all the posts that have been scheduled for the future or the past. I can have a look at all of these posts. Now, without wasting any further time, let's look at how can you go ahead and schedule these posts. So the first thing you need to do is click on the Compose New Post option. Once you click on Compose New Post, it will redirect you to a new page. Now, when you're on this page, you need to select your social profile. So I click on the Add Profiles option. And now I decide which profile I want to select in order to go ahead and continue by adding the copy, by adding the images or videos. Now, one more thing which I would like to add to that is the profiles that you can publish overall are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google My Business, and Twitter. So you technically get 6 social profiles that you can go ahead and manage your posting. And the best part about this is that you can simultaneously choose all of these different social media platforms, and you can go ahead and schedule your posts. You can micromanage and post content simultaneously. So if
Yeah.
I give you a live example, I'm selecting Twitter, I'm selecting Facebook and Instagram. So what I want right now is I want to post content for these 3 platforms simultaneously, and I can schedule it either, if I want to post it right away or if I want to schedule it for a certain day. But what I'll be doing in the demonstration is scheduling it right away because I want to show you guys a live example of how publishing works. So once I select the social profiles, I click on save, and you can see that there are different breakdowns. So one is the original. So under original, any content that you had, it directly reflects under Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. So I go to
Yeah.
original. Now I decide what content I want to add. So to make this fun, we've
Yeah. So,
gone ahead and
yeah,
yeah.
so to add on to what Errol just spoke about, for those of you guys who are into Marvel movies or who are into Marvel comics, I'm sure you guys know that the Thor trailer is pretty trending. So we thought of putting out a post for that. And that was a trending hashtag that was trending, which is why we thought of making content. So when it comes to social media content that's going up, you need to ensure that the content that's going up is either trending, it's either topical, evergreen, or something that's going in line with what the current scenario is, right? So you can actually understand the performance of your content based on that. Okay. So yeah, that's why we thought of doing something fun, and we looked at it, we did our research, and we found out that the Thor Love and Thunder trailer is pretty trending. So now Errol will, actually demonstrate on how you can publish. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Errol.
yeah. Thanks, Lynn. That was amazing. And we're so excited for that as well. So, yeah. All right. So, as you can see, what I have done right now is I've added the content or the copy. So, I've just added this quickly. Now, the next thing that I need to do is either add an image or add a video. So, I'll quickly go ahead and add an image. So, now to add that, you can see over here, we have these small action tabs which you can select and go ahead and add your image, video, various other actions, which we will talk about while we proceed. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll click on upload media, and I will select what image I want to add. So there's an image that I've selected, which is an image of Thor Love and Thunder. So once I've selected this image, you can see the written content is up there. The image has been added. And if I want to add an emoji, I can definitely go ahead and add that as well. So the second action button is the add emoji. So I click on that. And what I want to add is, let's say, we're talking about Thor. So let's add a thunder. Why not? Yeah. So I add this thunder icon, and I want to add a hashtag now. So let me do that as well. So quickly, add a hashtag. All right. So the third icon or the third action tab that you can see is add hashtag. Now, this add hashtag is based on the most trending hashtag for the day. So this is fun. I click on it, and it shows me all of the trending hashtags out here. So based on this, I can decide whichever hashtag I want to select. Now, let's say it's about Thor. So let me just go ahead and add Thor. This is one of the hashtags that I add. And if I want to add another one, I can go ahead and do that as well. All right. So once I've done this, so we've already looked at the first 3 action buttons. The fourth one is upload from asset library, which I'll be talking at the end. I will not take you through this at the moment. We'll look at that at the end. Currently, we're just looking at adding content manually and adding the images and everything. So we'll look at that. The next one is add link. So this is interesting. So you get to add a link. So if I'm adding all of this content, and if I would like to add a link, I can go ahead and add a link. Now, we also have an option to shorten link. So as everyone's quite aware that Twitter has a character limit of 280 characters. And, if I'm already adding, if my copy is quite long, if there are a lot of words in that, and at that point, if I'm also adding a link, and if I feel that, it's not going to accommodate all of these keywords, that's when I can, if I can add a link and I can shorten it from here. Once you shorten the link directly, you'll be able to view a small shortened link in your box out here on the screen. The next option that you have is your ad approver. So ad approver specifically is, we'll talk about a use case in ad approver. So give an example, brands, they have creative agencies or ad agencies who, plan their content for them. They, design the creatives, the images, and the written content. You have content writers who are have them written for the brand. So at that point, if the agency or the creative agency decides to go ahead and manage the posting, so what they do is that they add their written content, they add the images. Now they want to send it to approval to the brand. So that's when this creative asset or the ad approver option comes in the picture, where you select who you want to send it for approval. So giving an example, if I want to send it out for approval to Linda, once I select it, once I send it for approval to Linda, I need to go ahead and select when I want to schedule this post for. So giving an example, if I want to schedule it for tomorrow, and before the scheduled date and time, Linda has to approve the post. So until Linda does not approve that specific post, that post does not go live on social media. So she has to approve it. And in case she wants to make any changes, she has a liberty to go ahead and make some changes in the post as well. So that's how the ad approver option works, where you have an agency or you have a brand, and they send it out for approval. And once it's approved, only then it goes live. So you can see it's all connected with each other. You have different, you have the brand, you have the agency, or you have different teams working together, and it's all under one product. You do not have to have various other sections. You have everything under one roof specifically. So that's how the ad approver option works. The second thing is we have add GIFs. So in case you want to add a GIF, you can go ahead and add GIFs as well. Lastly, we have this content bucket. So what content bucket is, this is very interesting. So definitely brands run campaigns on weekly basis, daily basis, or monthly basis. Now let's take an example. If I am doing my reporting, and for the current month, or let's say for last month, or for the month of March, if I want to understand what were the number of campaigns that my brand ran for the month of March for Twitter, and after I have analyzed, there were 10 campaigns, and if I want to see what were the number of posts that were put out for each campaign, and I want to look at the numbers, whether whether which campaign performed better than the other in terms of engagement, in terms of numbers. So that's when your content bucketing comes in the picture. Now, quickly, I'll just show you one of the reports that we have based on this. So under Twitter Analytics, we have this option where under your posts, you get to add content buckets. So you can do it from social analytics also, but this will save you a lot of time when you are publishing content from Konnect Insights directly. This will save you time because you do not need to go around and manually add your tags. You can directly do it while you're publishing a post. Giving an example, if this was a campaign I was running for Thor, and if I want to go ahead and add my content bucket directly from here, and based on this, the number of posts that I've put out, what is the engagement, all of these insights is something that I'll be able to gauge through these reports, which are Twitter user-defined tags. These reports tell me the number of posts that were put out, what was the engagement, what was the engagement breakdown, which campaign performed better than the other, what was better in numbers. So specifically, we definitely have these reports under social analytics, and you get it for all of your social platforms, where you can understand where you've performed better, which campaign performed better, and based on that, you can plan your marketing activities. You can analyze through all of this data that is gathered. So this is very interesting, the content bucket feature, which brands can definitely make use of from this section as well. Now, moving further in terms of posting the content. So you get 3 or 4 options, as you can see. One is post now, which specifically means you're posting right away at this point. So if I select post now, the post is sent out live on a real-time base where you can directly post it for that specific time. The second option is post at specific time. So post at specific time is when you're scheduling the content for future. So giving an example, if I am, if I'm the agency, if I'm scheduling the post for the brand for the next 2 days. So if I want to post it for the 20th or 21st, it's pretty simple. I just need to select that. I need to select the date. I need to select the time when I would like to post. So if I want to post it tomorrow at 5 p.m., I can directly do this. I can click on apply. And this post will go live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Based on the time that you've selected when the specific post should go live. Now, this was, when you are defining it for post at specific time. We also have post multiple times. So what post multiple times is that, this concept of evergreen post. So every brand, so as a brand, all of these brands have a specific post which they post on regular basis. This could be weekly or monthly. They want their customers, or they want their audience who are interacting with them on social media to view this post, to have, how to have a recall of these posts. Maybe it could be product based or, service based. They just want their customers, or they want their audience to view this on a regular basis so that they are aware of this specific product. And that's what you can do. So you can define it by by posting it
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah. So, Errol, I would also
Yeah.
like to add on when it comes to this specific option, because I feel it's very useful for brands. Like you said, that does evergreen post. There could be brands who put out a brand recall post, like you said, or they probably have a return and earn as a content peg or as a
Right.
content bucket, where they frequently put out the same post at least once in a month or twice in a month in the 15 days gap. So this post multiple times does not take your time, as in one time only you're posting two times, like you're posting that same post twice. So it makes your life easier. It's less time consuming, and it's making you seamlessly publish as well. So I feel like this is a very useful option that we provide.
Right,
Yeah,
right, definitely. Yeah. So as you can see, I have the selected post multiple times. I get to select it for the number of times I want to post. So if you say, 3 times, I can definitely do that. I can select it either for tomorrow and, apply, and for day after. Just giving an example. So it's as simple as that. It automates a lot of the manual work where you're going and, manually posting it. You've automated it. You have everything. You've decided you want to post multiple times. Okay, you want to post it on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. You've done everything from your end, and then you have directly automated your process by selecting the number of times you want to post that content. So this was post multiple times. And lastly, you have save as draft. So that is, if you're working on your copy, if you're working on your images, and if you at that specific time feel that it's going to take longer, you're going to take a lot more time than usual to complete this specific content, that's when you can save it as a draft. So once you save it as a draft, we have a feature where you can later, maybe after a day or maybe after a few hours, go to your drafts and you can go ahead and start all over again on that post. So it takes you back to where you left it when you saved it as draft, and you can go ahead and start working on that content again. So now, as I mentioned previously, we will be looking at posting the content right away, post now, because we want it to get posted right away on a real-time basis. Now, the interesting part is if you want to view how your content will look before it goes live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we have a preview icon. So once you click on preview, you'll be able to see how it looks via your desktop or how it looks via mobile for Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. So, quick gist of how it would look before you get your post live. So you can see I have a great view. It looks so neat. I mean, I've added the written content, I've added the hashtags, and also the image. So I can have a better understanding before the post goes live on how the post would look like. So this makes it interesting for me. So I feel that, okay, wow, this looks good. And what I need to do next is directly post now. But before I post now, there are a few more things that you can do. So for Instagram, if you want to tag an Instagram account, you can definitely go ahead and tag an Instagram account. All you need to do is you need to just click out here. You need to define whom you want to tag. And based on that, you can save your changes and you can tag someone. Another interesting thing is for Twitter, we can add multiple tweets. So if under this specific tweet, if I want to add another tweet, I definitely have the liberty to go ahead and add multiple tweets
Yeah.
as well.
So for this specifically as well, wherein you can actually put an entire chain of tweets if you want to communicate many things in one thread itself. So as you know, Twitter has a character limit restriction, but this feature helps you communicate whatever you had to in that entire thread. So you can put like a multiple tweet thread in one go as well. So this also tends to save your time, and all your content or all your copy is gone out in one thread as multiple tweets, right? So that's
Right.
also, kind of making your life easier as well.
Yeah, and also you're not missing out on anything. So that's the best thing about it. So you have
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
You've conveyed all of your messages what you're trying to put out to the audience. All right,
absolutely.
so let's proceed with posting this post now. I feel I've added all of the content and the image. So what do you say, Linda? We go ahead and post this right away.
Yes, yes, go ahead, Errol, shoot.
All right, so I post now. Okay, I think there's a limit for Instagram. So there. So one more thing which I would like to add. So we have this check media sizes. So before you post any media, that could be an image or a video, definitely if you want to go ahead and if you want to view, if there's a set of a limit in terms of an image or in terms of a video, like giving an example, above you cannot post above a certain video size or length. So that's when you can go ahead and read it out here. And before you post it also, in case you need to make any changes, so it gives you a validation. So as you saw, while I was trying to post for Instagram, I received a validation because I was not doing something right. And that's how it tells you also. So this is amazing because you can check your media sizes. You can see whether you're posting the right size or the right video length, and all of these validations come in from the native platform directly. So these are something which the native platform will tell you that this is the validation. You cannot go above more than 20 minutes or 3 seconds. Again, as you can see, it's right there on your screen. You can have a look at it, and before that you can definitely go ahead and post your content. So you can see for Instagram, I was going above the limit for the image, so I can I feel that okay, it's not the right thing. I can just remove it, or I can change the image. But right now I will not waste time in going and looking out for a new image. I'll directly post now for this specific. I'll just go ahead for Facebook and Twitter. So once I click on post now, just need to wait for a minute. Yeah, as you can see, it's happening, and upload success. So I have successfully uploaded the content that I was looking to upload for Twitter and Facebook. Has been uploaded successfully. Now this is what I was looking at, and now it's been done. Before I move on to content, I was going to move on to the asset library part. So Linda, as we saw, we uploaded one of the content. Let's quickly move on to asset library. Now, do you want to add something?
Yeah, yeah. So there were a couple of questions that came in the chat. So we have answered them, and we will also raise these questions out during the Q&A. So one of you guys had a question specific to Facebook, and there are brands that have multiple pages. It's just one brand but has multiple pages. These pages could be either country wise or city wise if you're a brand that's globally recognized. So one of you guys had raised a question if you can publish the same content on Facebook on all of these pages as once. The answer to it is a yes. You can put out and you can publish that same post as a brand on all your brand pages on Facebook. So you can select all your Facebook pages at once and it will go in one go itself, which is again, an option that will save your time. So yeah, now that Errol has covered the standard process of how publishing works, we'll look at what asset library is and how you can use it. Yeah. So Errol, you can, take
All
over.
right. Yeah. Thanks, Linda. All right.
Yep.
So asset library is, so I'll give you an example of what asset library is. Then we look at how to post from asset library. So asset library is a place where you can come around. You can, add your copy. What I'm referring to is the written content. You can add your images or your video. You can pre-save, pre-load all of this. Now, this is interesting because if you have multiple teams, as I previously mentioned, if you have a creative agency, if you have a brand, and all of them working together, it's a collaboration between all of these various aspects of a hierarchy. So if you have your creative agency who designs the images, designs the video, and there's a content writer who's designing the copy of the content of how he would like all of the captions to work. That's when this comes in the picture, where rather than having different teams work separately, they can all collaborate with each other. They are all of them working together. The content team can come around, they can add their written content, they can add their videos or the images out here in the asset library, which is specifically pre-saving or pre-loading your content. So it's pretty simple. All you need to do is you need to click on upload media. If you're uploading your copy or your written content, you can come out here, you can just add it. So if I can give you a quick example, I'll just add one and I can click on save. So by doing this, I already saved one of the written content. And the same way, you can go ahead and add your images as well. So you can add your media. You can define from where you want to add it. So just an example, you can do this as well. So once you've done this, once the team, they have come and they have added all of this, I go back to my publishing module where I click on compose new post. And once I go to compose new post, I directly, so now I don't need to go ahead and add my content and all of this. I just need to select the profile. So if I select these two profiles, I click on save. I directly go to upload from asset library. And it's pretty simple now. I just go ahead and select the content which I would like to upload. So as I mentioned, I click on this image and I click on this caption. So it's already right there. And if I want to make any changes, I can go ahead and do that. Now I can quickly preview it. So before it goes live, I want to see how it looks like on my desktop or my mobile. I can, have a quick glance at that as well. Once I've done all of this, it's pretty simple. It's right out there. I can go ahead and I can quickly post this. So post now specifically is what I can do. Once I click on post now, this post goes live on the native platform. And you can also schedule it. And if you want to post multiple times, like the evergreen content that I mentioned previously, you have the liberty to do that as well. So this was your upload from asset library, which is pretty simple. It's a collaboration of various teams, and they're all working together, adding the content, and then directly going and publishing based on how they would like to publish that content. And it makes it very easy for all of the teams to work together, and they're all working together as one, and everything is getting done simultaneously. So this is the second part, which I was explaining, which was the asset library.
Yeah. Errol, there was one of question by one of the posts. So basically, I guess Pankaj had asked, he wanted you to elaborate on how you can use GIFs to post. So can you just show the GIF section where you can select a GIF and post that GIF specifically?
Sure.
Yeah.
So from this section, if I want to add a GIF, so let's say I want to add this GIF, I can directly select this GIF and I can have it added. It's as simple as that. I just go around the GIF section and select the GIF and I can post it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Pankaj, I hope that answered your question as you had asked. So yeah, it'll go on. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's totally all right then. So yeah, once you've done all of this, you've mastered your publishing, you've understood how to add your content, your images and everything. It's pretty simple. It's quite straightforward. You can go ahead and you can view it out here, where if I want to see, so you can see my post is right there. It's been posted for today. I defined that I wanted to get posted right away, and I have posted it right here. And the post is live out there. You can just see it on the native platform as well. It looks beautiful, right, Linda?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. To add on to whatever Errol has taken you through, you guys might also have questions if you can edit something that you have scheduled. So if you have scheduled, let's take for example, if you have posted or put out a post for probably the end of the week or the weekend, probably your 24th or something, and there were certain changes that your client asked you in terms of the creative and the copy, but you had already scheduled the post. So is it possible to change what you have scheduled or edited? The answer to that is yes, you can definitely edit and change something that you've scheduled, but not once that is posted. So if a post has gone up, if it is a sent post, you cannot edit it because it is gone live on the native platform as well. You would have to rework on the sent post, but definitely when it's a scheduled post, you can edit it before it actually goes live, right? So those were this is how publishing works in Konnect Insights. I hope this part of it. And also one more thing, if you guys don't want to schedule directly, if you guys have not made your mind up, there is also a draft section where you can save your post as drafts, and you will be able to see those drafts in this calendar as well. So you know that, okay, this is a draft. If I want it, I can keep it. If I want to delete the draft, I have the option of deleting it as well. So I hope the walkthrough of how publishing can be useful, of using it in Konnect Insights, was insightful for you. We can now quickly take up all the questions that you had sent across. I guess I have answered to most of them while Errol was taking you through the publishing module. So just raise up or get those questions out here, I'll just quickly go to the chat section.
Yeah, I'll also stop sharing my screen then so we can.
Sure. Yeah. So I'll just check the kind of questions. So one of you guys had asked about the hashtags that are listed in terms of the trending hashtags. So it's in general, it's an overall trending hashtag that you get to see a list, not specific to a specific region, but it tends to show you an overall idea of what is trending basically. The next question was, is it necessary for the approver to be within the user list? So the answer to that is yes, the approver has to be a user, because if that person is not the user of Konnect Insights, the option of sending across that post to the approver won't come to you. That person's name won't be visible into the list that Errol showed you. So yes, you need to be as a user in order to be an approver. All right. I'll just check the other set of questions. One of you guys asked about changes communication. So I'll give you an example for you to understand this. Let's take, for an example, Errol has sent across a post for approval to me as I am the approver. Now, if I don't want that sort of a communication, or if I want to give feedback, I can reject the post that was sent to me, and I can send across my feedback so that Errol can go back to his team internally, communicate if the copy should be changed or if the creative should be changed, and then rework and upload the post. So yes, you can communicate and send across the feedback as well when you're communicating with your approver. All right.
Right.
It is not mandatory to add an approver. One of you guys also asked if it is mandatory to add an approver. It's not necessary. It depends from how you guys or how brands work. Now it's different on how publishing works from brand to brand. So if you always have the approach of getting it approved by someone, the approval matrix will help you. However, if your posts are already approved, then you don't actually need to make use of the approval matrix. So it's not mandatory. All right. What else? One of you guys asked if you can post stories. So posting stories is something that the native platform itself does not give out APIs for. So the answer to that is a no, you cannot publish stories. You can publish posts. So as Errol mentioned, when you're uploading something, you can actually check what you can upload and how much of the size can be uploaded. So that upload media section, there is check media sizes and the different limitations that the platform gives us, right? So that's something that you can read out for your information, and that's when you'll understand what works and what does not. You can tag people while publishing, while scheduling. So yes, you can definitely Tag, I guess Errol also showed
Yeah.
that, but if you missed out on it, Denver, the answer to that is a yes. You can, tag people while publishing or while scheduling as well. Is it possible to post on multiple Facebook pages at once? Vishal, I think I answered that for you. So I gave you an example as well where a brand can have multiple pages, and this could be either country wise, city wise, or state wise. However, so you can select all those pages at once and put the same content on all of these Facebook pages at once. So again, a definite yes. I guess also there was a question with regards to Instagram and tagging a collaborator. So I guess Arun had asked this. So Arun, as Instagram has recently come up with this collaboration posts, right? So they haven't released any APIs for the same. Hence, it is not currently available. So the answer to that is a no. Currently, you cannot tag a collaborator or create a collaborator post on Instagram. You can only currently tag users.
So Lynn, one thing which I want to take them through is also the publishing for your cover images, which was very
Yes.
interesting, and I will definitely take our audience through that, which is update cover picture. So there are various use cases for updating cover pictures. One of them being, let's take an example of an automobile brand. So they have various dealers across the globe, all over India and all of the states and all over the world in different countries. Now, if they have launched a new car, let's take an example. If they've launched a new car and they've got crazy images of that, beautiful features and all of that, and they want to upload it on all of their Facebook cover pictures. They want to change it, for all of their Facebook cover pictures. Now, doing it manually for each and every Facebook page, there could be hundreds of pages or thousands of pages, depending on the multiple dealers that they have. Doing it manually will be, it's a huge process, which is going to take them a lot of time. That's when we have this update cover picture option, where you can post for, your, giving an example, I'll show you live, where you can do it for Facebook. If you have hundreds of Facebook pages, you can select them all together and you can bulk upload your cover images. So if I have, at the moment, you can see I just have one, but, as I mentioned, an automobile brand could have multiple Facebook pages, so they can directly select all of them. And once they've done it, they save and they have the option of upload bulk. So you can see upload cover images, where I'll just select one of the images that we have. So if I just select this one, this is specifically a cover image which I want for this specific page. And it's so simple. So I can just do that. And if I select multiple profiles, it's already making my work so easy. If I have hundreds of pages, I don't want to do it manually, and I'm just doing it from this section. And I click on update now. And once I've done this, it's directly updated on my my different pages already. So this is one of the things which I wanted to take the team through, or want to take the audience through, which is upload cover image, and you can do it for bulk. So just one of the examples which I mentioned.
Yeah. So one of you guys also asked with regards to bulk uploading on Google business locations. So a very good question out there. And the answer to that is yes. So if you have locations, and these locations could be multiple, because it could be chain outlets, it could be you as a brand being present everywhere, which is why your Google locations would be large in number. So you have the option of bulk uploading on Google My Business locations as well. All right. Let me just quickly check if there were any other questions that I missed out on.
Also, I can see it's mentioned that, you can. Oh, all right. I think that's done already.
Yeah, I guess one of you guys also asked the question of, is it possible to add location while posting on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter? The answer to that is a yes. You can, you have the option of adding a location. So again, for an example, if you have, if there is an event and you as a brand was part of that event, It could be any event for that matter, a corporate event or anything for that sort, and you wanted to specify that you were present at the event, you have the option of the add location bit for all of these three platforms. So you can definitely go ahead and add your location. Errol, if you could just quickly show where you would be able to get this option.
All right. Just give me a minute.
Sure.
So you can see I can add location from this section. Now it enables me to add any location which I want. If I want to search for the location, I can go ahead and search for it and I can have it added from here.
Yes. So so that was the answer to your question. You can definitely add your location as well.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we've answered most of the questions that came up to us.
Right.
If there was any, let me just quickly check. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Now, before we wrap off, we have to quickly show you what we have next for you guys in our upcoming webinar. So thanks so much, Errol, for taking our team through, or for taking our audience through what social publishing is and how social publishing in Konnect Insights can help them. So again, for those of you guys who weren't able to see the entire webinar or got just a gist of it, you can go ahead, book a demo with us, reach out to me, reach out to Errol, and we would be there for you guys, and we can give you a quick demonstration in detail again for your team as well. Now, just to quickly show you the agenda of our upcoming webinar before we wrap off to this, just a second. Before we wrap off the webinar, just give me a minute. I guess I have some. Just let me know once my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Linda.
Yeah. So as we promised you guys, our next webinar will be very specific to demonstrating on our seamless integration. So we will do integrations with third-party applications like Salesforce, Zendesk, and Freshdesk, which is going to be a very interesting webinar in terms of actually seeing how these applications marry with Konnect Insights as a software. So it's going to be really cool and something that you guys can look forward to in the next webinar. Also, just before we end, we would also like for you to see what you would want next in our upcoming webinar, so that we can work on that kind of a content and present a webinar to you the next time we come in. Right. So I guess I've answered to most of your questions. In case I haven't, you can reach out to us, call us up, email us, and we would be happy to address all of your queries. We had a great time today, didn't we, Errol?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. I just loved it. I mean, I'm so happy that all of you guys have joined in. It has been really good interacting. We got so many questions and it was really good. I mean, it was a fun time today.
Yes, absolutely. I think it was a really, really in-depth. It was a really, really in-depth session that we did. And I hope you guys found this very insightful, found this useful for you guys. You guys can put a thumbs up if there's any feedback that you'd like to give us. We would be happy to take it. And we would be signing off right now. So thank you so much for everybody who stayed right till the end. I can see all the love that we're getting in the chat. Alia says we had a good time. That's great to hear. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Lynn, I think before we conclude,
yes.
There's a poll that we're going to take.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So there is a poll out there for you guys. You guys can put in your suggestions. What would you like? So we work towards giving or delivering that for the next webinar. So there you go. There is a poll out there for you guys. You can choose your option, and we can then sum up the. Thank you so much, Israel. Thank you so much, Pratibha. Really overwhelmed to know that the session was very insightful. So yeah, we look forward for you to be part of our other webinars as well. Thank you so much. Yep. I guess we're done with the poll. Okay. If you guys are still opting for the poll, we can wait for a couple of seconds and then we can wrap off. Okay, I guess we are done with taking off your opinions on the poll. Again, thank you so much for being right till the end of this webinar. We are glad to have you, and we look forward to having you in all of our webinars. Thank you so much, Errol. It was a great time conducting this webinar with you. So I will see you guys very soon in our upcoming webinar. Till then, stay safe, guys. Take care of yourselves, and do get in touch with the customer success team if anything needed. Thank you so much.
Have a good day, everybody. Hope to see you soon. We will have our next webinar real soon. So very excited to see you again.
Yeah. Bye. Signing off. See you guys.